Hello everyone, welcome to the Red Men TV. It is the player ranking show after Liverpool beat Wolves 3-1 at Molineux. I'm Chris Pajak and I am here to rank Liverpool's players' performances. Are they boss, are they sound, are they messing? You're going to help me do that, of course. We're going to start with the goalkeeper after Liverpool's 3-1 victory. So, Alisson Becker, firmly in the sound range for me. I don't think there was too much that he could have done. Maybe you could say actually the cross, he could have got something on it, but once it goes to Hwang and he's trying to get back across and all that type of stuff, I really don't feel like Alisson had too much to do. He was really good in possession, actually. There was a few times later on when me and Steve were a bit like, oh, hello sunshine, oh, don't feel particularly comfortable with that one. But Alisson did what Alisson does, and that is play calm, play effective football and let us build out from the back. So yeah, nothing wrong there from Alisson Becker. Robertson, man of the match, Andy Robertson goes very high into the boss section for me. Obviously, should have been a winner. Wasn't a winner because there was time for one more goal from Andy Robertson as well. Captain's performance from the flying Scotsman. And Dom Leah, I shouldn't do that because you can all see the bald spot, see? Oh man, it's getting bigger as well. Is there two of them actually? Bloody hell. That's news to me. Dom Leah, Robbo, boss, man of the match. Indeed, indeed, indeed. And do you know what's really annoying? The laptop's just a bit too far down, so I'm going to have to continue to do that. Big fella, nice to be able to speak to you as well. Thank you so much, Bill, for joining me on that one. Love the picture there. Dan Scott actually on Alisson says, received the ball to feet a lot and looks super composed every single time. Yeah, I completely agree with that one. So happy that I chose Salah, Robbo and Gakpo as my three for, Liverpool Fantasy League players today. You'll never walk alone, says Cyan. I do not play Fantasy Premier League anymore, and I haven't done for quite a few seasons, and the reason is I hate wanting players from other teams to do well. I think the thing that really got me was when Sterling was in a rich vein of form and I put him in and I captained him and I was happy, and I was like, this is wrong. I don't want to be happy because Raheem Sterling has scored a goal for Manchester City. Nah, and I just cold turkey sacked it all off. Fantasy Premier League is not for me. You can enjoy it if you want to, but I hated the fact that I wanted other players to do well for a game, when what I really want is these players who don the red shirt week in, week out to do well, because they're the only boys that I care about in terms of football. I love me Fantasy NFL, absolutely adore it, but football's football, and I need to just want the Reds to win, and that's it, because I can't handle it any other way. So we're going to move on to Joe Gomez, who I think it's going to be a tough one. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section where you would put Joe Gomez, of course. But I think the first half, right, he was probably around here, maybe even edging in to here. I think it was really difficult for him. Like, Pedro Neto was absolutely ripping him all over the place. He was ripping everybody that was coming in to orbit of him, to be honest with you. But then by the end of the game, I do think he got himself way up into this sound category. Dan Scott says, Gomez lower sound, tough game against Neto, but not a disaster. So I think he's sort of in there. That's whereabouts he is. Gomez halfway down sound, halfway you're messing. Oh no, I think that's a bit, no, I think that's, no, he dragged himself out of the mire. He's getting full sound. Just got skinned a couple of times, but Neto is class sounds. Okay, I'm with you there. I'm going with that. LFC 1892, I agree about not playing fantasy sports because you can't root for players on other teams. Yes, someone who feels like I feel, someone whose the hatred burns inside. LFC 1892, me and you hate people for sure, and we hate other football clubs and we hate other football players, and I'm down with that. It's what I'm supposed to be. I'm a Liverpool fan first and foremost. Everything else comes second. Jarell Quansah, I'm going to go, do you know what? A little bit of, like, look, bosses are like 9s and 10s in old school money, you know what I mean? I'm going to go the Quansah's right up there, because for such a young player to come in and have a Premier League debut without our actual club captain Virgil van Dijk, instead in place of our actual club captain Virgil van Dijk, with Ibu Konate sat on the bench, for him to be able to come in and put in such a composed, such a calm, such an assured performance, gives me Oh, it gives me goosebumps, man. It really does. Like, this is a young kid who's got the world at his feet right now. He's got that sort of size, got that physicality. He's got the presence of mind to understand where he's supposed to be. Some big headers, some great positioning that led to him winning the ball back high up the pitch at times. He just seems to have absolutely everything you need to be centre-half in the Premier League. He was solid for sure, says Ben G. Absolutely, absolutely. Middle boss and sound brilliant for such a young kid, says Git Fitz. Joshua Chittick just says, Quansah's boss. Quansah is boss, absolutely. Quansah or Van Dijk for Europa League. Oh, Graham, stop messing around with me, man. Stop messing around with me. Lovely. Official Cam's not getting ahead of himself at all. None of us are getting ahead of ourselves at this point. But he's basically going to be, he has the ability to be a next Virgil van Dijk. He's smart, understands his positioning perfectly. Love that. I think that's a really astute comment. I thought Quansah was great today. The only thing he could have done better, he put the ball out a lot when he could have just controlled it maybe. But Sarah, I think I saw a couple of those times as well. Like, he didn't take the mick, he didn't take chances. He played his game, but he played a safe game, and that's exactly what Liverpool needed. There was one where he just let it go out for a throw, and I mean, so you're like, that is so smart, man. You know, take a bouncing ball and try and play it back to Alisson when you've got a striker there, or let it roll out of play, pick the ball up and do with it what you will. And Quansah was very, very smart in that today. So yeah, arguably the strongest and best of our defenders today. Well, I think Joe Matip might have something to say about that. But I do agree with you, to be fair. I'm going to go with Matip. High sound for me. Oh, no. I don't like it when these aren't straight. It's really hard. I like magnetic strips and stuff. And I fucked that one up there. I'm going to go with a high sound for Joel Matip. I think obviously it's going to be a difficult game for Joel because he's got a new young lad alongside of him, because he's got a new right back to the right of him in Joe Gomez, and it's not Trent Alexander-Arnold. But I felt like Joel Matip did his job today. All that experience shined through. The only problem was that Neto ripped him for the goal. Other than that, I thought he had a really good game. So yeah, absolutely sound with Joel Matip being sound. So we're going to move on then to McAllister. New signing, a lot of hype. Indeed, big fella, indeed, my friend, big time. Got it big time. My OCD used to know no bounds. It has kind of calmed with age, and I don't know if that's even a thing or something, but like, I used to have to touch the walls, like, fucking proper weird this, like, I used to have to touch each wall in my bedroom a certain amount of times before I could go to sleep, and I used to have to turn off my light switch on and off a certain amount of times before I could go to sleep. Like, I'm fucked up in the head, man, honestly. I cover a lot of these tics up that I have, because I do get them, like, I had to go to a clinic when I was younger and stuff, because I had this really bad tic where I was having to turn my neck to the side, and I used to work down the motorway, and I'd be driving, I'd be like ticking off to the left hand side. I've got loads of undercover tics. Long time viewers will know. If you'd ever see me blowing, I'm normally blowing on my wrists. Like, it's a fucking weird thing, man. Everybody's weird. I've just accepted who I am, but the OCD stuff is really high on my list of why I'm a knobhead. Anyway, McAllister, sorry, I didn't mean to go into sharing time with Chris Pajak there. Paul knows them all. My wife knows every single one of them. Like, and she's like, Chris, I'm like, I'm sorry. And you know the worst thing? My kid's got it as well, and I feel really sorry for her. Our Lyra, like, she's fucking amazing, and she's got them, and I feel so bad. I'm like trying to stop it, and I'm like, there's no way you can stop it. Like, she's got a really bad one at the moment. I won't go into it. Anyway, stop talking about that. It's irrelevant. You are who you are. Maka looked tired. I'm tired. McAllister goes into your messing for me. I do feel like, listen, I'm not writing McAllister off. There are reasons why he's had a bit of a bad performance today. I think obviously the travel is something. You know, the fact that he was pretty much on his own for part of that is the six. The fact that they were getting down the wings and not going through the centre. He just looked completely off it, on the ball, off the ball. That your meshing sign's wonky. No, I've straightened it up. It's the camera lens now at that point. It's perfectly straight to me, don't you worry about it. But McAllister's in there. And I feel bad. I feel really bad. Difficult game for Maka. Seemed a bit jet-lagged and tired. So there we go. Big fella Maka looked tired. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring that Graham one up, but the Graham one's very nice. Thank you so much, mate. I appreciate that. We love you more because of it. Chris, you poor sod, said Jodie. Yeah, it is what it is, man. on. I'm 40 years old. I ain't changing now. Endo should have started. Official cams, I agree, gave away the ball a lot. However, the international break takes it out of play, so let him off. He's still world class. Absolutely. Not holding it against him. Just a little bit of a bad game today. Nothing major to worry about. Alexis Mac Allister is going to be Alexis Mac Allister again, and the sooner we can get a proper 6 in there, and the sooner we see Alexis Mac Allister further forward, the better. That being said, if he's going to play the 6, he's going to have better performances, just like he did against Aston Villa. Yeah, high altitude, 2 days back in Bolivia, saying Roy, maybe energy is sapped after travelling. My word, I went to London on Thursday and I'm still fucked. And I got driven to London. So no wonder these professional footballers who are getting flown all around the world and playing football, it's going to be tough. Is there a reason Endo is not starting, Chris? I just think it was the type of game. I don't think it was his type of game. And maybe looking back, it was his type of game. But we changed it to that 4-4-2, whatever formation, and we did really well. Kurt Jones, I've got a feeling this one is going to be a controversial one. And I'm just going to throw him on the board and see where he sticks. So we'll go with absolutely nowhere. Great. Well done, Chris. Oh my God, I'm so fucking football. That's a lot. He's going centre of sound for me. And I think this is controversial because I think there are going to be a lot of people out there who say, in fact, I'm going to edge him up a touch. I think there are a lot of people out there who goes, and you're messing, Chris. And I'm going to you, are you messing? Because Kurt Jones, with the second half, did loads of stuff right. You know, he drops into a 2-man midfield with Dominic Szoboszlai, and both of them improve. Both of them get better. And Kurt Jones doesn't give the ball away a lot. We know that's one of the strengths of his game. He set the press first half. You know, he was really getting out towards the goalkeeper at one point, the right back, when we end up winning the ball. And I think actually their goal ends up coming off that because of it. But it's not for Kurt Jones's fault. You know, he took the throw. In fact, no, it wasn't their goal. He took the throw in quickly, wasn't it? And that's why we end up giving the ball away. But, you know, I think Kurt Jones did a lot of good today. I think there are going to be other players that do much better. But Kurt Jones is sound. Patrick Egan, something I said before the game of Kurt Jones, a very Genie-like performance. It was against Villa and it was there as well. So yeah, Cyan Roy says Jones mid-sound in my opinion. Daniel Morris, I don't know about this, no shame about the ticks, Chris. You sure keep us fans ticking. Honestly, that's cool, man. It is really cool. I don't talk about it very often, so yeah, it's really nice when you say nice things about it back. But if I did let them completely go, like, you'd just be like, what a fucking weirdo, lad. But you probably all think that anyway, so it is what it is. He's got the composure to be class. Second half showed his understanding of the game has improved, says official cams. Facts checked, very Genie performance, says Kevin Manrique. Is that a real name? Oh, wow. Brilliant. Like Marty from Shameless, Chris, indeed. Don't forget to drop a like on the stream, please, everyone. Says Stream Elements. It's not us. Stream Elements. It's not us. Okay. Just, yeah, sounds okay. Cool. I thought it was going to be controversial. It didn't end up being controversial. I think it's a similar sort of performance from Dom as Kurt Jones as well. Obviously, he has that one run that leads into one of the goals, Dom, where he drives forwards with the football and stuff like that, and then it bounces through and Salah across. I think it's Gakpo. I think it's that goal there. But first half, his passing was shocking, make no bones about it. The lad was down here after the first half performance, but he dragged himself out of the mire, out of the mud, and dragged himself into a sound performance. And so for me, that is quality. That shows that even if you have a bad start to a game, you've got the mentality and the ability to turn it round yourself, internalise that, put that shit to one side, very Pepe Reina-like actually, and get yourself back into the game. And him and Kurt Jones in the middle of the park were absolutely superb in the second half and dominated. Dom was defensively sound though in the first half, says Charlie the Red. You're right, actually, he was really running all over the place trying to get the ball back. He'd give it away, don't get me wrong. He'd give the ball away first, but then he'd run and go and get the ball as well, which is great to see, isn't it? Let's have a look at some of the scores here because people are starting to talk about him. Let's have a little look, because I saw it was West Ham were winning against Manchester City, so I wasn't getting too wound up about that. Brighton are still beating Manchester United. Cool, they're the only goals. I mean, great. If they're the only goals in the first half, West Ham beating City and Brighton beating Manchester United, Danny Welbeck as well. Absolutely superb. Behave, Dom is boss. He is the one that changed the game second half. Aidan Mackin. But I agree. If it was just based on the second half performance, he'd be there. But he was also here first half. and hence I've put him here. So there we go. Cool. Dom's pressing, Frijango says, is what we have needed for a while. Sobo has near flawless technique when he's striking the ball. There is a lad in the upper end of the Wolverhampton Wanderers stadium who caught a football from Dominic Szoboszlai that may just disagree with you. No, I'm kidding. I'm just being a tit. Dom Szoboszlai can strike a football. I think we saw that last time out against Aston Villa. Jota started on that left-hand side. I'm going to put him sort of sound. Yeah, I don't think there's anything really to write home about in terms of Diogo Jota, apart from, the technique from that left foot, right foot pass through the legs for Mo Salah. That was absolute perfection, wasn't it? Absolutely brilliant from him. His quality sometimes in moments just absolutely shines through. And yeah, it's wild sometimes what he's able to do. And again, absolutely massive from Jota. And it leads into Gakpo's goal. And Gakpo, I'm going to go with sound as well. Obviously, he was getting subbed off at the moment when he scored the goal. He finished it. It was an easy finish. I don't think it was a particularly great performance. In fact, I'll probably go a little bit lower on Cody Gakpo, though he does get the goal. But it's so easy a goal, of course. Anybody could have scored that one. But he didn't miss it, and that's the most important thing, I suppose. I understood what Liverpool were trying to do with him in terms of him dropping in. If Dom Szoboszlai or Kurt Jones was going to drop back at times into that sort of box midfield, into the two-man sort of six thing that we've got going on at the moment, so it made sense for Gakpo to drop in. I just don't think he's had the best start of the season so far. John Coots says Gakpo was awful. Gakpo before the goal was on your messing, definitely ghosted the first half. Cyan Roy says Jota's not my pre-assist was boss. Yeah, so yeah, I think Gakpo was awful by the goal, says Jay. I don't know whether he was awful. I think missing might have been struggling to find the ball. Maybe. But yeah, in the end, he gets a goal and he gets into his sound, whatever. So we're cool there. See if I can take that one off the screen. I like this one from Michael, actually. Gakpo, after his goal, didn't put a foot wrong. Indeed he didn't. Indeed he didn't. Indeed he didn't. Okay, next person, Mo Salah. Once again, Salah's edging up. I don't know where to put Salah in terms. I'm going to put him over here, and I'm going to put him sort of down here, mainly because I just want to get Salah into the boss section. And obviously, I mean, for all intents and purposes, Salah has got 3 assists. 3 assists today. Obviously, that Kinder Bueno lad getting a goal instead of Harvey Elliott is fucked up the 3 assists, because I don't even know if we get an assist for an own goal or whatever. But the first one, shot or cross, who knows? It's a great shot. If not, it's a shot cross. If not, it's a great cross, whatever, doesn't matter. Second one is world class, outside of the left boot. Nobody saw that one coming apart from one Andrew Robertson. And then obviously the greatest winger in Premier League history, 11 matches in a row for goal involvements, gets a second assist, and then he gets a third assist really for Harvey Elliott as well. So yeah, Salah had a great game. Does Elliott get the assist? Sarah's saying Elliott get the assist, fair enough. Salah could have had a hat-trick of assists if not for the own goal. Boss, surely, for me. And the mad thing is, he just has an impact on the football match all the time, and yet I can get so frustrated with him at times because I just want more. I expect more. This is Mo Salah, one of the greatest footballers Liverpool have ever had at the football club, and 3 assists isn't even enough for me. How much of a tit am I? Like, I'm so glad he stayed. I really am. So next, who did we bring on? Diaz was the first sub. A bit of a game-changing sub as well for me. I'm going to put him right firmly in between. No, I'm going to be nice. I'm going to put him into boss. And Diaz's energy levels, the willingness to show for the ball all the time. Like, come on, give the ball. I want to drive, I want to run, I want to attack players one-on-one all the time. Diaz that's what he's about, man. And again, Diaz, for substitution really did help to change the game. James Shine says, Diaz looked amazing again. Michael Fox says, sound boss, worked his soft, created loads. Just got my new Diaz jersey, says Chase. Diaz in boss. Wolves had no idea how to deal with him. All half. Loads of people want to talk about him here. Diaz is in boss, always impacts the game, needs to be starting for me. Want to actually go forward instead of passing the ball around. His first instinct is to just drive forward, isn't it? First thing he does. Obviously, the next subs, Nunes and Elliott. I'm going to go Nunes there. I'm going to go Elliott. Sort of middle sound for me. Edge it up slightly because of the goal. I'll do the two of these together. Then Nunes, yeah, I mean, just impact all the time at the moment, isn't it? He has that one shot. Maybe I've gone a bit high on Nunes. I'm not 100% sure. How do you feel about Nunes? Because is that a bit high on Nunes, you think? Obviously, he comes on, he has that one shot, and you're like, fucking hell, lad, come on. No need to do that, mate. Darwin needs to start, says LFC 1892. I believe that might be the case as well. Nunes cannot touch the ball and still change the game, says Free Django. That's how much of a... Nunes is not higher than Elliott. Okay, I agree with you. Okay, Mikey, I've been ridiculous. I shot my shot and I failed. Okay, Nunes and Harvey level in my opinion. Oh no, Harvey got a goal, so I'm sticking Harvey, and because I didn't want to piss him off because I've just done it. So Nunes in boss, Nunes in boss, Nunes in boss. Everyone loves it. Nunes is right. Nunes is right. That is correct. Okay. Oh, it's level. I'm sorry, mate. We're going to do that. And then finally, Ibu Konate comes on. And Ryan Gravenberch. Ibu's going into sound. My word, there's too many people in sound here. Let's just put Ibu. Where should I put Ibu? I'm just going to try and get him in sound there. He's middle sound, okay, there's just no room. And then Gravenberch, I'm just going to sort of slot in here. Don't know where his card's gone. But I feel like they're both in sound, to be honest with you. Love me some Darwin, says Szoboszlai Rafa. Looks like Chris is into sounding. Thank you for that one. You need to work on your board formation, Chris, for next time. This is true. I've actually said what we need is a fourth category because I don't feel like 3 is enough for us, because I think there needs to be, personally, like pretty shit and then you're messing. Because I just think your meshing is too harsh, which is why you'd end up with loads of people in like lower sound. I mean, what the fuck is lower sound? You know what I mean? It just doesn't make any sense to me anyway. I've said this and I've been ignored. It is what it is. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. That has been the player rankings. I've got one more video to do for you, which is just my match reaction, which will be out a little bit later on, not live. But thank you so much for joining me for the Uncensored Match Build-Up Show, for the watch-along, of course, with Steve, for the Fan Interactive, and for the player rankings. Like the video, subscribe to the YouTube. If you want more content, Redmen Plus is the place to get it, redmenplus.com. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.
Thank you so very, very much for checking out the video. If you enjoyed it, drop a like. The season is now well underway. If you need extra Redmen content, be it podcast, videos, documentaries, interviews, and general shows, fill your boots on redmenplus.com.